Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JAYdotMAK. Goddamn, would you look at that stack? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of shoes sitting in front of us. And if you remember, about 2 weeks ago, I made a video saying that I finally picked up the last pair of Jordan 1 Chicagos that I needed to complete my Jordan 1 Chicago retro collection. And a lot of you guys were like, yo, why don't you just make an entire video showing every single pair of shoes that you own in your collection? I'm like, well, motherfucker, if I did that and took 30 seconds to a minute on each shoe, this video would be like 3 to 4 hours long. And I don't even know if non-partnered channels on YouTube can actually upload longer than 2 hours. So that's going to be a big no there, dog. But what I can do is bust them down into mini collections. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show off my entire Jordan 1 Retro Chicago High collection. And this is something I don't think you're going to see anywhere else on YouTube. Please believe that. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, but yo, Jay, they got them origin stories coming out this weekend. You ain't got them? Motherfucker, yeah, I do. They're already on the way from StockX. I saw a pair pop up in my size for $335. I was like, yeah, I'm pulling the trigger on them because I remember when the Jordan 1 2015s were around like $275, $300. I was like, nah, I'm not going to pick a pair of them. I'm waiting for them to drop in price. And they never did. They just went soaring sky high. And I ended up having to pick up a pair that were, you know, slightly worn just a little bit. You know, I'd say like 9.5 out of 10 for about $400 fucking dollars. God damn. I'm not making that mistake again. I'm going to pick up those origin stories for the $335. And if I can hit on them retail, then I'll have one pair for the toe and one pair for the collection, or maybe I'll even be able to make my money back if they pop up in price. But as a Spider-Man fan, as a Jordan fan, as a Jordan 1 Chicago fan, yeah, I ain't missing out on them for sure. But let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm going to show off every single Chicago retro since '94. Like I said, you ain't going to see this shit anywhere else on YouTube. Alright, so first up in front of me is the most recent Jordan 1 Chicago retro to release. And I wasn't actually going to put this in the vid, but I know there's going to be at least one motherfucker out there that's going to be like, hi, gotcha. This isn't a complete Jordan 1 Chicago retro collection because you don't have the homage to Holmes. And I'm like, oh, really? I don't have the homage to Holmes? I got another pair there, and we got another pair back there in the box. Why do I got 3 pairs? Well, one, because they're absolutely beautiful and they're pretty easy to get. And number 2, I got one for myself, one for the collection, and one for my son for Christmas because he grew out of all his Jordan 1s. So I figured, let's get him 2 dope shoes in one and save myself a little bit of money. But these are actually really good quality. You can see the tumbled leather on the mid panel there. The top side doesn't really have the greatest tumbled leather on the Chicago side, but the bread side is where it really shines. Goddamn. But yep, that's gonna be the first shoe in my Jordan 1 Chicago retro collection. I know it's not really a Jordan 1 Chicago like fully, but it deserves to be in the retro collection vid just because somebody's gonna say something about it. You know, there's always got to be that one person, man. Always got to be that one person. So since we're working our way back in reverse chronological order from the most recent release, which is the homage to Holmes, all the way to the 1994 original retro release, we have in this box that's right, the bastard child itself, the Jordan Chicago 1.5. Now, I know a lot of you guys hate this because technically it's not really a Jordan 1 because it's a hybrid with the Jordan 1 upper and the Jordan 2 sole, but this is a game-worn shoe by Michael Jordan himself when he came back from his foot injury in like his first year or two. he came back and the Jordan 1 sole was just a little bit too hard for him. So they modeled the Jordan 2 sole onto the Jordan 1, and he rocked it. And he actually wore this shoe, not this exact shoe, but this shoe and colorway against Larry Bird and the Celtics dynasty on April 20th when he scored 63 motherfucking points, losing in overtime in 1986. So you can make fun of this shoe all you want, but this shoe has a lot of history, and it's actually game worn, and that's why it deserves to be in the Jordan 1 Chicago collection. Plus, I picked it up pretty cheap. I got these for $150, and if you look, prices on these are even going up. It's crazy. I don't even know why. Like, nobody really wants this shoe, but once they see that the prices are going up, they're like, well, you know, might as well pick it up and put it in the collection. But y'all saw it here first. Jordan 1.5 Chicago. Game worn, a lot of history behind it. 2016 release, I'm pretty sure. Or it might have been a late 2015 release. But this is the most recent release after the homage to Holmes. So we've seen the Jordan 1 homage to Holmes. We just got done stomaching through the 1.5 Jordan 1 retros. I know, but they do have a lot of history surrounding them. But here they are, the Big Daddy themselves, the Jordan 1 2015 retro. Goddamn. I know a lot of people always say, man, I really wish Jordan Brand would stop bastardizing some of these retros and the OGs and just bring them out true to form. And this right here is a shoe that Jordan Brand just completely did justice on. The Jordan 1 2015. Damn. There's not much else I can say to this. I mean, you guys all know what Jordan 1 Chicago retros look like, but there's a reason that this shoe's going for like $750, $800, and I don't believe it's them off-whites that push these up. I believe that this, just the quality that this have come out in, is very, very comparable to the 94s that you're going to see later on in this vid. Goddamn. If you missed out on these and you don't have a pair of these in your collection, I can see why that they're going to be your holy grails. The 2015 Jordan 1 Chicago. Just want to take a bite of it. So, a lot of you older Jordan heads, you know what's inside this box. You recognize the Jordan 1 Wings logo on these boxes. And you know what's sitting inside there. And it seems like there's a recurrent theme with these Jordan 1 Chicago retros. Is one retro is dope, and then the next has to be kind of ass. Then the next one is dope, and the next one is kind of ass. And this is one of those retros, it's kind of ass. It's the 2013 Jordan 1 Chicago, which isn't really that bad. Like, it's a clean looking colorway, right? It's just a Jordan 1 Chicago, but it's not cut as high. You got the Jordan Man on the booty there, and then you got the Jumpman and a leather, pleather, plastic Happy Meal McDonald's feeling leather on the tongue tag right there. Like I said, in 2013, these were dope, but people were still like, yo, what's up with this quality, man? And for a while, Jordan was using this like polyurethane blend pleather to kind of stop them from creasing, but people were like, yo, Jordan 1s look dope when they're creased, man. Why are you making it out of this plastic bullshit? Then they came out with the 2015 retro, and everybody lost their shit, because like I said, then things came out absolutely perfect. This right here is a cool shoe, but it's not up there in terms of quality on what you would expect from a Jordan 1 Chicago retro at that, because this is like the original bad boy on the block, man. This is the shoe that kind of started it off. This and the Breads, man. Also, for legit check purposes, the 2013 and earlier Nike checks are actually stubby checks. They're not the ones that go all the way up to the middle of the Nike logos right there. I've seen a lot of people really like, yo, these look fake because they got the stubby check on there. Now, the way you legit check these on the underside is to make sure that the pattern stays nice and perpendicular with each other throughout the logo. So sometimes you'll see, like, on the Chinese pairs, they'll be all wavy and they don't look right. So that's how you legit check these, because a lot of people get that twisted. Like some of the earlier retros in the 2000s actually have stubby checks, not the elongated ones that you see on the newer retros. But 2013, I've worn these once or twice. I'll probably never wear them again since I got the 2015s and the origin stories on the way, but, I mean, fuck it. It's in the collection. It's a Jordan 1 Chicago Retro. I had to have it. I didn't pay too much for it, so ain't that big of a deal. So, the next pair, yeah, I know, it's sitting inside of an auto box. I wasn't able to get the box with these, but I paid $50 per shoe, and I had to have them just because they're kind of a sneaker oddity. You don't see them every day, but it's not even a Jordan 1 Chicago Retro. It's more of a tribute, more of a reimagining of the Jordan 1 Chicago Retro, which is the Big Nike High. This is a hybrid shoe. It's kind of like a Nike SB Dunk mixed in with a little bit of the Air Force One in a Jordan 1 colorway. You see, it's got the... I know you guys love the Nike Air on the back, right? This is a weird shoe. This is one of those oddities that you just don't see too often. It is the Spike Lee edition. You can see it's got a leather tongue, and these are worn to hell and back. This is actually my worn pair. I wear these quite often, actually, because there are days that I just want to wear a Chicago colorway, but I don't want to fuck up my Chicagos, you know what I mean? So I got this pair, and I got another pair that is in a lot better condition than those, but we don't wear this pair too often right here. But this is my beater pair of Jordan 1 Big Nike High in the Chicago 1 collection. You can see it's kind of got, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got like a 3M little pattern behind there on the mid-panel section. But I like them because every time I wear them, people are like, yo, what the fuck are those? Like, at first they're about to be like, yo, he's got the Chicagos on, and then they look and they're like, bitch, what the fuck is that on the back? A white pull tab? A big-ass Nike logo? Like, what are they called? Bitch, Big Nike High. That's literally what they're called. It's like a hybrid shoe between, like, a Nike SB Dunk. It's got the SB Dunk sole. A little bit of Air Force One looking treatment in the front with the toe box there. But this is Spike Lee's tribute to the Jordan 1 Chicago. They came out in like 2009 or 2010. But it's just one of those weird, rare oddities that you just ain't gonna see too often outside of somebody's collection. And you damn sure ain't never gonna see nobody rocking these on foot. So if you're ever in New Jersey and you see somebody rocking these shoes, what up, yo? It's me. That's the Nike Big Air High. I know you guys are laughing right along with me. You're like, man, what the fuck are you doing showing me this shit? It's not a Jordan 1 Chicago Retro, but like I said, it deserves to be in the collection vid. Just because at first look, you know, if I'm walking down the street and this shit, you know, you'd be like, oh shit, some Jordan 1 Chicagos. Then when I pass you and you break your neck looking at the Nike, you're like, what the fuck? Are those Chinese fakes? Nah, but they might as well be. And now we're on one of the last shoes in the Jordan 1 Chicago Retro collection. Look at this box. This box is almost 20 years old, and I can guarantee you that you are rarely gonna see a shoe that's inside this box in the condition that it's in, because, oh my god, look at that. The paper isn't even wrinkled or fucked up. These are my 2001 Jordan 1 patent leather 100% dead stock. things are just absolutely gorgeous. And when they came out, man, people beat the living dog shit out of these shoes. And you can already see dead stock 20 years later, you know, the patent leather's already wrinkling on itself. Imagine what this does the first time you put a foot inside of it. It's got the metal Jordan Jumpman tag, the Bejeweled Jordan. It's getting a little bit musty in there after 20 years, but it's not yellow because I keep these in really good, you know, storage conditions. And it's got the Jumpman on the back. I know you guys hate that, but this shoe is just, I'll never wear it. I will never ever wear this shoe. I bought this shoe specifically just to be like, damn. This got suede here on the inside swoosh around the ankle collar, and here on this little, I don't know, the vagina of the, the leather cuts here. But this shoe, like I said, is just one that you're not gonna see in this condition anymore, and you know it's legit because it's got the OG, that's right, the OG giant-ass Stock X tag right there. Now, they come in little circles like that. Got you guys, got you. Ah, man. Dead stock tied, dead stock laced, never worn Jordan 1, 2001 patent leather Chicago. Goddamn, this is just... It's a rare thing, guys. You're not going to see this in many collections at all. And that's why I said, I guarantee you're not going to find a full, complete Jordan 1 Chicago collection on YouTube, just because this shoe right here was destroyed by so many people back in 2001. But I love it. I love patent leather, I love Jordan 1s, and I love the Chicago colorway, and that's one of my favorite shoes in my collection, for sure. And inside this box is the holy motherfucking grail of this collection, the 1994 Jordan 1 Original Chicago Retro. Damn! These are not in perfect condition, but for a shoe that's older than most of y'all motherfuckers watching this, yeah, it's still in pretty damn good condition. Go ahead and look out there and try to find a pair of 1994 Chicagos in your size that's still actually kind of wearable, because it's not really peeling around the edges here. The leather is still in really good condition. It's a little stiff. I might mink oil that up to give it a little bit of a condition there, but you can see like there's no real nicks in the leather or paint or anything. There's a little bit of wrinkles there, and it looks like somebody pissed all over the mesh tongue there. But these were on display for a long time in a store in Philadelphia. I picked them up right before Chicago prices just went boom, and I got these for a steal for $275 in this condition. I contacted Vic from Reshoevn8r, also contacted like Retro Snickers and a couple of the other guys on YouTube that do restorations, and they said just keep it in this condition. They don't really want to fuck with it. Which is sad, because I was going to pay, you know, decent money to get these looking, you know, perfect again. But, man, you're not really going to find a lot of 94s in this condition, since, you know, back then the retro game really didn't pick up until, like, the late 90s. So when these got retroed again, people were like, it's an old shoe. Why the fuck would I want an old shoe? And didn't really do well on the markets. They hit clearance racks, and a lot of people ended up skateboarding in them, so that's why 94s are considered pretty rare in the collection, because, you know, most people just beat them to shit. They picked them up for like $40, $50 and just skated them or just ran around, played ball in them, and you're not really going to find them in pristine condition unless you get them off of an actual collector or see them in a museum. But these are actually really nice, in good condition. I just might have to recondition that leather just to get it to stop being so stiff. But I'm just really leery about doing anything with this pair because I don't want it to start chipping around the ankles like you see some of the 85s, or, you know, with a lot of the cracks and the creases, and this part starts to fall off. I really leery about doing anything with these shoes other than just putting them in my collection and be like, yo, I got them, bro. I got them. But that is my entire Jordan 1 Chicago Retro collection complete. I know you didn't see any Jordan 1 lows or the KOs, but I don't really consider them like Jordan 1 retros. The KO is a model of its own in its own damn right. Plus, I don't like the KOs. The white goes all the way around in the back, and it doesn't really look like the Chicago colorway. So when I show you those, like, you know, the Spike Lee joints, you know, it's got the red, white, red with the black swoosh on there. That's what I consider, you know, the Jordan 1 Chicago colorway. And let's all be real. If you're going to buy a pair of Jordan 1 lows, you might as well just get a pair of SB Dunks. For real, for real. So, my name's Jay. This has been another episode of JAYdotMAK. This was my entire Jordan 1 Chicago Retro collection. I will be on the lookout for an original 1985 pair, but if I held my breath on that, I'd be dead already, motherfucker. So, leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if you like this, and, you know, in the future, we're going to do some more mini collections, because I got a lot more shoes. This hasn't even scratched the top of my Jordan 1 collection, let alone my entire shoe collection. So if you like what you saw here and you like the channel, you know, the format and everything like that, hit that subscribe button. My name's Jay. This has been another episode of JAYdotMAK. I'm gonna see y'all motherfuckers later.